Hello everyone, MessyPlays here, back at it again. How you doing today? I am playing The Last Guardian. I think this will be the last video. We've just had an epic battle with the Master of the Valley, the alien brain, I'm guessing. I do assume it's some kind of alien slime that came to Earth and took control of the place. Jeez, it's been through the wars, like, he had a hard fucking life. Constantly getting attacked. But I believe he can fly now. Go on. So they're okay, they were mind controlled. They weren't intentionally trying to hurt them. They were kind of delivering kids to this evil being that feeds off kids, and in return they were getting barrels of food. I think the food, while it nourishes them, helps make them susceptible to mind control. It was like the food was the same color as all their rods and, you know, weird stuff that was emitting sound waves. So I'm gonna swallow him. That's a sick... You would suffocate in that. That is a sick trick. He remembers where he lives, doesn't he? Jesus, you gotta work on your landings. Probably passed out from exhaustion. They are not gonna be nice to you, guy. Just puke them and get out. Just puke them up. And then Nico will explain things. So I wonder what the tattoos are in aid of. That looks like Jon Snow. Yeah, I wonder why this alien gives you tattoos. I think it was a little too nice of them to not show the villagers instantly try and kill them. I mean, the amount of kids that have been kidnapped, no doubt from that village, I do not think they would go easy on him. Oh, he's gonna fly off. Don't give him any more spears, please. Am I meant to do something here? I think I'm meant to do something. I don't know, I'm not sure. Well, the camera moves. There was nothing else I could do. I had to send the beast away. Reluctantly, I said the words. Bye. Fuck me, man. Can they just give him a break? Like, this game is just unendingly cruel to Trico. I get it. But it almost seems like torture porn at this point. He's had so many spears stuck in him, it's crazy. Like, we don't need to see him bloody to a meat pulp again. I doubt it has long to live. No, thanks to you. Did you see him return the kid? Did you happen to see that bit? And that is how it ended. No, I don't believe you. Our extraordinary story. Nah, there's got to be a flash forward. You wouldn't leave it like that. Okay. Okay, I wasn't expecting that as an ending. I was expecting a kind of... I was expecting to jump forward to seeing him as like an old man or something. And meeting his friend again. Unless I'm just talking shit and it's going to happen after the credits. I'm scared to press X in case I miss anything. I may as well get my review out now. It's like... It's brilliant with some drawbacks that really like hurt. A perfect score. About 3 hours in, I was like considering it as a perfect game, just because one, it's so original. I mean, there's not enough games made like this, and you know, try and think of another game on the market that is like this. Like, you know, it doesn't matter the specifics, like you befriending a griffin or whatever it is. Just it's about, you know, and it's like a children's story, like a children's film. It's about an unlikely bond, a partnership that strengthens. It's a friendship, you know, and it's like all the it is like a classic, timeless children's film tale. Reminds me of films like Willow and The Dark Crystal, all those kind of magical films rolled into one, magical experiences. So I was really considering it as, you know, on those bases alone, and because of how flawless it feels, the kind of natural the natural way the Trico moves, it sold it. It felt like a, you know, a real being next to you. But as the game wound on, there was like so many frustrating elements to the gameplays, that like there's so many frustrating elements to the gameplay. Trico just not obeying commands or ignoring them, or, you know, just not doing anything and taking forever until he did something. I also thought the game was too long. I felt like it was covering the much needed like emotional beats, but then it was just like Oh well, we'll just repeat a couple of them. The last 4 hours. I mean, the game is like... this must be like video 19. The game is 10 hours, which, you know, is probably... People think, wow, that's great value for money, but it's not if it just, you know, is ponderous. If it just, you know, if there's parts of it where it just kind of peters out and just continues going. I felt like the last 4 hours, when there wasn't something interesting happening, it was just boring. Like, the bit with the 2 towers and you just gradually getting to the top, it wasn't interesting. The bits when you just ride in Trico aren't really fun to play because he just has to take control and jump around for you. I think, yeah, excess is a bit of a drawback for this. If they had have cut the flab and actually made a tighter experience, it could have been a lot more satisfying. You might have been able to overlook the kind of the drawbacks, but you know, when you're kind of playing and you're playing and you're playing and you think, oh my god, there's actually parts where I just thought, oh, I kind of hope it's just getting to the ending now. Like, it felt like unneeded suffering on Trico's part, like repeatedly. I know that was kind of a theme of the game, that, well, going into it I thought Trico was the last of his kind, and you know, he's so precious. You don't want anything bad to happen to him. Everyone is out to kill him. Even his own kind are out to kill him. The humans are out to kill him. You know, he's not meant for this world. And then you find out, oh well, there's other, you know, there's other Tricos out there, and yeah, we'll just beat him up again. We'll just rip his tail off. It went a bit far a couple of times. I thought it was unnecessary. We had seen him being fought a lot, and there was a point where it just felt gratuitous and kind of unnecessary. We got the theme of the game, and then they just kind of really hammered it home. Now, I keep talking because I hope there's a post-credit scene. I've got a feeling they couldn't just end it like that. There's got to be... yeah, there's something else. Is this going to be the opening? I'm sure there was like kids laughing. Have I got kids of my own now? Gonna introduce them to my old friend. Oh, am I controlling? Nope. What's happening? Oh my god. Okay, it's just taking its time. The music as well was really good. Reminded me of films like The Shawshank Redemption. Okay, that's the mirror. That's the mirror. Did that fall off the tower? I think I had it on when he brought me home. This is going to be me. Yeah, I've got the tattoo still. Great. Right. Okay, so I am an old man now. I do kind of look similar. See out there? We'll just see Trico like on a cliff edge getting beaten the shit out of by the other ones again. It's like it's bullying. The theme of this game was bullying. He went home. Didn't that tower collapse as well? Okay. Gotta have kids of his own by now. He's gonna be chained up again. Jeez. Is this where I found him? I don't like him being in here. It felt like he was desperate to escape this place. I don't think it just suits him. Why is he like in a dingy dungeon? I mean, this ties in nicely to the teaser they released. It kind of makes sense that we end it like that. Okay, right, there was two. So you had a kid. I'm glad they kind of tied it up. I didn't really enjoy how it was tied up. I'm a bit of a softie, and I would have enjoyed seeing them reunited, kind of Shawshank in the ending, seeing them on a beach. I don't know, they don't have to be like hanging out and going to bars, but it would have been nice if they saw each other again. Because the last time that they left each other, it was such a sad moment. They're not allowed like a bit of respite, a bit of peace, even when he's an adult. Like, he's got the mirror, you could signal him. But maybe that's just too overdone. That's probably too corny. The post-credit scene was fine, and I am glad they didn't leave it as is, because I thought it would have been a little bit too miserable of ending, especially how much trials and tribulations Trico went through. Right, so I've blabbed on enough. Let's tie this up. Game is great. It's phenomenal. It's beautiful. It's magical as well. It's very like childlike wonder, and I have to just give it credit for that. Not enough games are like that. Not enough games are made like that. Games that are, you know, aimed towards kids are kind of patronizing, they're kind of sleazy or just crap, you know, full of advertising. This feels like a really pure experience for all ages, you know, but it's the kind of game I want to show my mom and show my sister and say, like, you know, this is what gaming can be. It's artful. And then I say that with the conditions, with the drawbacks. Gameplay was faulty at times, to the point where it just downright didn't work. It was a little too long. Combat was fine, but you're not really doing anything. I'm just pulling spears out. So I just can't be too hard on this game. I have to just give it the points because I loved it, and I think it's only fair if I give it like a 9.1. I think it's a masterpiece. I'm so glad it came out. I was waiting for it for years, and 3 hours into the game I would have given it a 10 out of 10. I would have honestly gone all the way and said this is a perfect game. It's a beautiful game, but there are those niggly flaws that kind of irritated me and then frustrated me, and I was if you go through all my videos, I was bringing them up a lot, and I just can't give it a perfect score because it's just not perfect, but it is pretty close. So that's my thoughts on The Last Guardian. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe, and catch me next time for some more gameplay videos. Have a good day, guys. See you later. Goodbye.